Jai Sri Mataji. Let us settle down with our attention on Sri Mataji's photograph before us, allowing the flow of the Param Chaitanya to touch our fingertips and fill our being. With our attention, let us absorb the vibrations that are flowing from Sri Mataji's photograph, pulling them in to each and every cell of our being. As we begin to feel the Param Chaitanya, our first prayer to Sri Mataji: Mother, I surrender. Mother, I surrender. Mother, I surrender. In this way, we empty our hearts of all impure desire. We empty our minds of all the thoughts of the past, of the future. Sri Mataji, we collectively sit before you this morning to be in a state of pure nirvichara. Please remove all the distractions and bless us with the state of pure meditation, of absolute silence, of pure joy that comes from the Spirit. When we surrender, we don't get caught up in the negativities, the catches, or even what the different indications on our hands mean. This is just the pure flow of Param Chaitanya. no matter what it indicates, that we absorb, that we allow our chakras to absorb. And in this way, we enlighten the 5 elements that our body consists of. Let us now collectively raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in bandhan. Let us place our attention on the Muladhara Chakra. Bring our attention all the way down to the tip of the sacrum bone. So the sacrum bone is a triangular bone in an upside down triangle, pointing towards the earth, pointing towards our tailbone. And it is that tip to which we bring our attention. The flow of vibrations is from Sri Mataji's photograph to our fingertips, nourishing our Muladhara Chakra at the wrist, the base of the palms. And it is none other than Sri Ganesha, who sits eagerly awaiting his mother's command. It is Sri Ganesha who directs this Param Chaitanya to awaken our mother Kundalini, to support her ascent, and to cleanse our subtle being. In our hearts, let us bow down to Sri Ganesha for all the divine work that he performs on behalf of his mother within our subtle being. Mantra Sri Ganesha. Om Swameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namaha. Let us now allow our attention to rise up and rest in our Sahasrara Chakra. As we know, when the Sahasrara is open, the grace of the divine trickles down from the Sahasrara, enlightening all our chakras down towards the roots. It enlightens the subtle elements and their causal representation within us. And we will listen to a talk later where Sri Mataji explains the subtle qualities of the elements. Let us pray to Sri Mataji for the enlightenment of these elements within us, and begin with the offering of the mantra to Sri Pancha Mahabhuta, 5 elements. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Pancha Mahabhuta Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Shri Mataji, please let the enlightened 5 elements cleanse my subtle being completely. Prepare me for the uninterrupted connection to the divine. Let us worship the element of light, the Tejo Tattva. Shri Mataji, please, Mother, establish the element of Tej that governs the subtle qualities of my Agya Chakra. Please, Mother, bless me with radiance and luminosity in my being, that I may project the shining light of the divine that is in my spirit into the atmosphere to all my surroundings. Now, as the Param Chaitanya, the vibrations trickle down, let us bring our attention to the Vishuddhi Chakra. Down to the Anahata Chakra. Here we worship the subtle element of the air, Shri Vayu Tattva. In the last session, we took some deep breaths to experience the element of air and its cleansing properties. On the subtle level, the element of the air, the Vayu, give us the sensitivity of the cool breeze, the vibrations. The Vishuddhi Chakra enables us to feel the vibrations on our hands, on our fingertips. Mother, please bless me with the deep sensitivity of the cool breeze. Mother, please bless us all with the pure knowledge, the deep sensitivity of the cool breeze on our hands, on our fingertips, along our spine. Let us now bring our attention, keeping it in the void, the Nabhi, and the Swadhisthana Chakra simultaneously, the lower chakras. Here, we worship the water element, Shri Jala Tattva. Mother, please bless me with the temperament of softness and the delicate nature of the water, the way it flows around all the obstructions. Mother, please remove all the harshness from my interactions, and please add coolness and the sweet flow, like water, to my speech, to my actions, to my temperament. Mother, please bless us with the subtle qualities of the water element. Working within us is the Agni Tattva, the fire element at this level. But as Sri Mataji explains, it is a cooling fire. And it has the ability to destroy and burn away all the wrong things within us. Sri Mataji, please burn away all the wrong things within me and within everyone around me. Mother, please establish the subtle quality of Shri Agni Tattva, the fire, to please burn away all the wrong things within me and within everyone around me. Let us now return our attention to the Muladhara Chakra, following the flow of the vibrations. This chakra is represented by the earth element, Shri Bhumi Tattva, who supports all the life, all the existence on this planet. So the subtle quality of support. Let us pray. Sri Mataji, please, Mother, support my ascent with your guidance, your love, and your protection. Mother, please bless us with the tolerance and the patience of the Mother Earth, of the nature around us. We will now listen to a short excerpt from 1998, where Sri Mataji speaks about the elements and their subtle aspects. The audio of the clip is not so balanced, so we'll play them with subtitles as well.
For Sir Yogis now, it's very easy to find out if something is real or unreal, it is truth or untruth, it is love or hatred. Only through vibrations you can know. But going beyond that, I am saying, beyond that one has to know what are these vibrations and what are they made of. What is the subtle force which is behind those vibrations? We call it is Param Chaitanya, all right, Param Chaitanya. So, what happens to you when you get Param Chaitanya is something to be understood, the subtleties. As I said, we are made of 5 elements, all right? So when you get your awakening, when the Kundalini reaches Sahasrara and opens out your fontanelle bone area, you become one with the divine power, then this divine power itself starts flowing through. A connection is established. Now when it starts flowing through you, this Shakti, this starts flowing through you, then what happens? The subtle part we should understand. The subtle part is like this, that these 5 elements we are made of, these vibrations gradually start breaking into the subtler form of which they are made. So the first thing such a person has is the breaks. You see, as it is said that word is God, said also in the Bible. The word is God. Now what is this word? Word is a silent, we can say, silent commandment. We can call it like that. But from that word comes, according to Indian philosophy, is another thing that we call as Bindu. Or we can say word becomes Nad, is a sound. And then it becomes the Bindu, means one small dot, you can say. And then from this dot, you see all these 5 elements start coming one after another. The first element that comes out is light, Tej, light. Is the first element that comes out. So the essence of the first element is light. We call it Tej, Tejas. It's written, of course, in Sanskrit, but we should understand that how the light pervades Sahaja Yoga so much, and you see the light all everywhere. So the first element, which is light, and you can say in English, the light's subtle thing is, we can say, enlightenment, you can say. But enlightenment has another meaning. So we can say it's Tej. For example, a person who gets realization has a face which is very radiant. So you can say the radiance. The radiance is the subtlety of the light. So this radiance starts showing on your face. Radiance starts expressing itself. And with that radiance, people get impressed. And they start thinking something special about this personality which has radiance. Now you have seen my photographs also, wherever they are. Many a times you find lots of light around. That is nothing but the light in me is giving radiance, because the light becomes subtler. When the light becomes subtler in me, light is one of the elements. When it becomes subtler, then it gives radiance. And so, this is the subtle growth within you that takes place. Your faces also start shining. They too have radiance, and they too have a kind of a different complexion, I would say. This radiance is to be understood is the subtle of the light, of which we are made, light, in the gross manner. Then after this, from the light, comes the second thing, which we call as Vayu in Sanskrit, meaning the air. So the air that we have, which is gross air, what is the subtle of air is this cool breeze that you get. The cool breeze is the subtle of that air. So the subtle of what you understand as cool breeze is what we call vibrations. The subtle of that is air, which is a part and parcel of our making. So this cool breeze is the second thing that you start getting subtler and subtler. When your growth takes place, all these subtle things start expressing themselves. It's not only that you get vibrations, but you get the cool breeze, and that is the subtle of air that has built you. Then comes the water. We are also made of water. What is the subtle of water is Sometimes English language, becomes little short of expression, but they call it, which makes the skin, um, hard skin, soft. The skin becomes soft. This is another sign of a realized soul, that his there's some cream they use, isn't it, to soften the face. But is the water in us gives us very visible. This is the minimum of minimum, I would say. But then a person who is a realized soul becomes a very soft person, very delicate. When he talks to somebody, in his voice there is warmth, or I should say there is, कहते हैं ना अपने आप पानी, हिंदी में कहते हैं पानी होना. They, to have that flow, watery flow and coolness of the water. So that is the another subtle thing that should be expressed in your behavior, on your skin, on your dealings with others, that you should be like the water which is mobile, which is cooling, which is soothing, which is cleansing. So this also becomes a part and parcel of your being once you become a realized soul. With this water you have also another thing, we call it as Agni, means the fire. So you also have fire, but it's a very silent fire. It doesn't burn anybody, but it burns all the wrong things within. Whatever wrong things you have, it burns, and it burns the wrong things in other people also. For example, a person comes with a great anger towards you. What happens that this anger becomes cooled down with the fire that is there. Moreover, a realized soul cannot get burnt. Fire cannot burn. The burning cannot come to him. It's very important to understand. Also, if you are doing something wrong, it may burn you. But if you are a good Sahajogi, and I should say a perfect Sahajogi, fire will never burn. We have an example of Sitaji, that she went into the fire pit, nothing burnt her. So this is what one has to understand, that once you get to the subtleties of the fire, so the fire and the water, both of them become sort of divine. For example, the water which you touch, water you drink, whatever you put your hand in the water becomes vibrated. Means what? The subtlety of the water comes in it. The coolness, curing power also comes in that water. So when it becomes subtler, all these powers start showing, which you can see for yourself. You don't have to experiment. Then the lastly is the Mother Earth. It's most important, is Mother Earth. There's a photograph you might see which was taken in Russia in my dacha, where the Kundalini is in the Mother Earth. They have clearly. It's there. And it is the Mother Earth which shows. For example, I've seen flowers. If you keep them in my room, they blossom. They can become very big like that. Never people have seen such big flowers. Sometimes they say, I'm doing nothing, I'm just sitting down, and what happens to the flowers? You see, now there, this principle of the Mother Earth works. The subtle Mother Earth works. It's a mother. And that gives you all the nourishment and makes you grow healthy. And this is how this subtlety works of the Mother Earth. Mother Earth is the one who is a giver of birth to all these flowers and all these trees and all that. But it also plays a big part in us. It's not only the Mother Earth that exists without our connection. And we do not respect the Mother Earth. We have polluted it, we have done all kinds of things, we have removed the trees and we have made a mess out of her, but she's our mother. And so many subtle things of this Mother Earth come into us. One of them is gravity. A person becomes very attractive, not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. Such a person attracts others. They feel attracted and they feel that something special is about this person. This is one of the quality of the Mother Earth. If she had not kept us attracted, we would have fallen off with her movement. And also other qualities of the Mother Earth also start manifesting within us, and we become very, I should say, extremely tolerant, patient person. Tolerant and patient. Extremely tolerant and patient. But if you are not tolerant, if you are hot-tempered and all that, that Mother Earth principle has not expressed itself. Look at the Mother Earth, how much she tolerates our nonsense, how many wrong things we do against her, but still she tolerates. Sri Ganesha's quality is to tolerate, to begin with. Up to a point he tolerates. In the same way, we too become extremely tolerant, patient and forgiving. This is the minimum of minimum that should happen to all the Sajogis who have vibrations. Because I have told you all the things that are expressed in your vibrations. It's a thing to be understood that what you have become now is something very great. It's not happened to others. It's not happened to somebody who is not being a Sahajogi. You see the people who go to church or to mosques or to temple, see their faces. Look at them, how they do look like. They haven't got anything from the temple, they haven't got anything from the mosque, they haven't got anything from any one of these places where they go to worship. So that is artificial. That has become something, I should say, without any connection with the reality. Only after realization you are connected with reality and you can get the understanding of all these subtleties working through you. Why I am telling you this? Because I want you to know and recognize yourself, to understand what you are, what you have got. Once you recognize yourself and understand yourself, you can do a lot.
This will conclude this morning's meditation. Let us offer our Namaskar to Sri Mataji, thanking her from our hearts. We can all raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in bandhan. With that, we will end the broadcast. Jai Shri Mataji.